Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Dylan and today I'm taking a look at the new Nike Vaporfly Next 2 and comparing it against the first iteration over here. Last season's Next 1 was the big fish of the carbon fiber racing shoe pond. There were start lines drowned in the shoe, and if world records are anything to go by, it's arguably the most successful racing shoe from the past 20 years. But now we're 2 years down the line from when the Next 1 was first released, so it makes sense for Nike to update the shoe, especially considering the formidable competition there's on the market at the moment. So let's take a look at the old and the new model side by side and have a look at what's new. What you'll notice about the Next 2 is that it's a very focused update. It carries over the exact same midsole and outsole as the version 1, but now has a revamped upper. The shoe has adopted a new textured mesh, which feels more confident and secure on foot. You'll also notice that the forefoot region of the shoe feels more voluminous, and that's because the toe puff has been raised, which brings the upper further above your foot. Most runners should appreciate this update, but if you did like the glove-like fit from the version 1, then perhaps this update's not for you. The shoe also has more overlays around the forefoot region of the shoe, which should help improve the durability of the shoe and provide a more secure lockdown. As you can see, the Next 2 opts for a very similar asymmetrical lacing pattern as seen in the Next 1, except the lacing closures have been slightly modified, and the shoe comes with more coarse laces, which helps them from coming undone. The tongue has been slightly more padded, which helps alleviate lace pressure at the top of your foot. So those are the updates. Let's now talk about the pros and the cons of the Next 2. So the first pro of the shoe is that it sticks with the tried and trusted cushioning formula that so many athletes have enjoyed about the shoe. Another thing I really enjoy about the Next 2 is how breathable this new upper is. The fabric's also not going to hold on to too much moisture, so if you are running out on a wet day, it's not going to soak and become too heavy. This season the shoe is available in both men's and women's sizing, whereas last season it was a unisex shoe. This should make selecting your size a little bit more simpler. Another pro about the shoe is that it has actually gone down by more or less $20 in price. In terms of cons, the shoe remains to be a very narrow mid-footed shoe, and unfortunately this won't suit every runner. If you are a heavy wearer of shoes, you also need to be cautious about how exposed this outsole rubber is on the heel. The cushioning is also very soft, and this combination can result in the shoe wearing through quite quickly. Perhaps something that will bother some runners is this year's box. Nike opted for a very typical orange shoe box, whereas last season the shoes were packaged in a slick limited edition black box that I'll certainly be keeping for a while. Perhaps the orange box isn't indicative of a $250 shoe, but it might not bother you. Thanks very much for watching. If you're curious to know how carbon fiber plated shoes work in order to make you faster, watch this video over here. Cheers.